Hello and welcome to Anugraha Yoga. My name is Renee, my pronouns are she, her, and today I want to invite you to breathe with me. Today we will be doing 2 pranayama practices, and these will be dirgha pranayama, which is known as the 3-part breath or complete breath, and then that will be followed by Ujjayi Pranayama, which is known as the victorious breath or the oceanic breath. This practice can be done standing up, lying down, or sitting in our chair. Whichever way you choose, you want to really make sure that you're observing your posture. So no rounding, no slouching, just observing our posture. For today, I invite you to meet me on my chair as we practice together. So to begin, I invite you to begin to observe your posture, noticing how you're sitting in your chair, and observing our feet wants to be flat on the ground, or if you can't quite reach the ground, make sure that you have blocks or a blanket below, allowing our hands to rest on our knees and noticing your body as we begin to focus on our breath. And we want to have a pranayama practice because this practice helps us to build awareness not just of our breath, but of ourself in this particular moment, bringing ourselves into a more present moment awareness of how we feel physically, how we feel emotionally, and what thoughts are present. To begin, we'll be doing dirgha pranayama, and this is known as the 3-part breath, the complete breath. We'll be working on breathing into our chest, into our ribs, and into the belly, the lower area of the lungs. So observing our body and just taking a moment to notice what your natural breath is like. Bring a hand to your belly and focusing on that area only, breathing out. And breathing in, feel your belly expand. Gently breathing out. And in. Once more out. And in. Breathing out fully. And noticing what it feels like when we breathe into these depths of our lungs. We focus on our ribs. And noticing we can bring our heels of our hands to our ribs, letting our hands rest here. Observing how they feel. Breathing out fully. And breathing in, feel your ribs flare as they open as we breathe in. Breathing out. And breathing in. Once more out. And in. Bringing our hands to our chest, breathing out fully. And breathing in, feel your chest rise. Breathing out, chest falls. And breathing in, chest rises. Continuing for a few breaths, noticing the rise and fall of your body as you breathe. Observing what sensations are present. And gently releasing, hands down. Breathing out fully and deeply, and remembering that at any time you can pause to practice on any part that you wish to. For now, we breathe into our belly, breathe into our ribs, breathe into our chest, breathing out from our chest, from our ribs, from our belly, breathing in belly and ribs and chest, and breathing out chest and ribs and belly. Beginning to find your rhythm, breathing in fully and breathing out, gently in, and continuing to observe your rhythm, noticing as you breathe how you feel as you breathe in fully and as you exhale fully. Once we exhale fully, we will begin to notice just how clear, how clear our mind becomes, how lighter our body feels, how energized we might feel as we work on the fullness of the breath. Usually when we are breathing, we tend to, if we don't have a breathing practice, we tend to breathe from the upper area of our lungs. And so as we begin to go deeper into our lungs, we might notice that we feel a bit more lightheaded, or we feel a bit more of a rush to our body. So notice what sensations come up as you practice. Take your time, observe your breath. Breathing out fully and deeply, and gently in. Once more, we'll breathe out and in. And as we continue to observe this exhale, this inhale, breathing out fully, breathing in, we move into our second pranayama practice, and this is called Ujjayi Pranayama. This is known as the victorious breath, as I said in the beginning, but Ujjayi meaning one who is victorious over our breath. When we pair it with pranayama, one who is victorious over our breath. And it's called the oceanic breath because it sounds like waves going in and out on the sea. So noticing when we breathe in and out fully, we're breathing through our nose. For our Ujjayi breath, we're still breathing in and out through our nostrils, but we're going to be constricting our glottis. And this might be something that we've not done before, but if you notice, if you clear your throat, that part where you go, you are actually constricting that area. And so we kind of begin to learn how to constrict so that the air passes in and out, making this kind of ocean sound, which is something like and we're not forgetting our 3-part breath, but using the full extent of our breath, still keeping that complete breath going, even as we introduce the Ujjayi Pranayama. So in practicing, we can practice just with first breathing in through our nose and exhaling through our mouth, which we'll do now. Breathing in fully and breathing out, tighten your throat a bit. Gently breathing in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. And noticing if you have a sore throat or if you have any throat issues, this is probably not a good time to be practicing this particular pranayama. Stick with the complete breath and then practice when your throat is feeling better. Observe your breath, and as we continue, we'll move on to breathing in through our nose, bringing the tip of our tongue to the roof of our mouth, and still exhaling through our mouth. Breathing in, tip of our tongue to the roof of the mouth, and exhale. Observing our body, noticing how we feel. Remember, you can pause the video at any time to work on any particular part. And now we work on breathing in and out through our nose. So still doing the same thing as before, just this time keeping our mouth closed. We breathe out fully, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And noticing that we want to notice the sound of the breath not only when we're exhaling, but also when we're inhaling. And so we first learn how to make the sound as we exhale, and then bring it in as we inhale. As we become aware of how to work with our throat, we observe what this feels like in our body. And so continuing your practice, noticing how you feel as you breathe out And as you breathe in, breathing out, and in, once more out, and in, and continuing for a few breaths. And Ujjayi Pranayama is very good for bringing our attention, for building that focus and that clarity, mental clarity, as we bring our awareness to the sound of the breath. This is a very good practice for when we are feeling a bit of anxiety, when we feel overwhelmed. It can really bring us into our body as we listen to the sound of our breath. And so I hope that this has been an enjoyable practice, and I hope that you will continue to practice. Thank you for joining me today. Hello, my friends. Thank you for watching my video. Please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. Share this video with anyone that you think might be interested in it. And if you have a question or a comment, please leave it down below. Thanks again.